Welcome everybody to Straight Shoot Wrestling Podcast. This is Conman167. This is MrTeshk. We are doing an emergency state of the union after what was the only thing I can say is the realest thing I think we have ever seen in professional wrestling.
Dude, I think you're actually pretty spot on with that. That was electric. You know, Rock is labeled as the most electrifying man in sports entertainment.
Yep.
And it was electric there. I do not have a clue what's going down right now. And I don't think a single person out there truly, honest to God, knows what's going down. And I think you're lying to yourself if you say, I know exactly what's happening. We're all going to have our guesses as to what WrestleMania looks like. But I personally don't actually have a clue what it's going to be. So you want to break this down, man? What happened at this event?
Everything and also nothing. Here's the thing. We got told so much, but we weren't told enough. First off, let's go back to the start of this press conference. A lot of this was built around CM Punk taking a lot of shots, but Michael Cole and Pat McAfee. Now, the one thing I want to shout out, which a lot of people are not really paying attention to, is Pat McAfee being the proverbial puppeteer in this entire press conference. He was feeding the little hints. He was feeding, he was that outlet for everyone.
Dude, it was crazy to watch, like, as he was speaking, as he was trying to get these points out there, just dropping the little, the Rocky chants and all of that.
Yep.
He was not expecting Rock to be booed as heavy as he was.
No.
If you watch his face, he was thrown so off from it.
Yeah.
He had no clue what was happening, and he managed it pretty well, I got to admit.
Can I say this? We're talking about things that we weren't sure were happening. I think the only people that knew what was happening tonight was Triple H, Nick Aldis, and Adam Pearce.
I think I get that vibe too, right? Nobody on the panel seemed to know what was happening. They had their talking points that they had to hit, but other than that, everybody's reaction was about as raw as it could be.
Exactly. Like, I want to go to the video that you have shown up right here, right now. If you can make that big screen. If this video doesn't have it, I will send you another one. But let's look at Jackie Redmond. The only thing I want to talk about here is Jackie Redmond. Watch her face.
A lot of tension right now, a lot of egos, a lot of it's a lot of what it is.
A lot of bullshit.
What that is. You gotta fix it. Have them talk about our family again, and that's what happens. It's out of line, you know it. It's not out of line. How much? Have them talk about it. If you don't fix it, we will. Have them talk about our family again. Slap his teeth out of his mouth.
Not going to show Jackie's face.
Okay, so I will find that right now. I know it's on WWE's.
That is crazy.
That
is crazy.
It is insane. Con, I have it here. If you can pull up the WWE. Somebody tagged me in it. Sorry. Basically, okay, first off, you'll find it in a second. Like, if you keep scrolling, there is a video. If you punch in Triple H, I think it's maybe Triple H. Guys, if you are in the chat, send it to Con on Twitter. But there, this one right here. It's on Pat McAfee's page. What we're talking about of nobody knowing what the fuck is going on, it's right here.
So, we're watching Jackie.
Yeah, watch Jackie.
Fix it. Have them talk shit about our family again, and that's what happens. It's out of line, you know it. It's not out of line. How much? Have them talk shit. If you don't fix it, we will. Have them talk family again.
Wow.
Wait. There.
Yeah.
So what the quote was there, and I already caught it on another video. The quote,
what was it they said?
The quote was, "I'll slap the fucking piss out of his mouth."
Wow.
That is what Jackie was reacting to. Nobody in that building knew what was about to happen tonight.
Oh my God.
This is the realest pro wrestling has gotten for us in the better part of 2.5 decades.
I can't believe we're living through this.
I
can't believe we actually just got through that.
Now let's run it back. Okay, so Cody has now chosen Roman.
Yeah, it's official now. Cody versus Roman. That's the match.
So where does The Rock fall now?
You know, are we like, we got to be building like, so okay. There's a few ways that I think we could go in this direction,
Yep.
right? They definitely teased a tag team match.
Yes.
Between Seth and Cody versus Rock and Roman. That maybe happens at Elimination Chamber. And it's a big maybe, because that means Seth has to be healed up.
Yep.
Rock has to be willing to make the trip to Australia, and Roman's got to be willing to work. There's a lot of things to kind of overcome there.
So they've already talked about Australia wanting Rock and willing to pay for it. They already talked about that. That was months ago. My biggest thing is Seth being is that you or me? I think that's me.
I think that's you. That's got to be you.
Sorry guys. I don't have my sound alerts off. We're just going to run with this right now cuz like again, State of the Union. Let's go. They said they wanted Rock. So WWE's probably going to get Rock at Chamber. My biggest thing is Seth being healed. That is the only thing that concerns me.
Yeah.
But can I ask you, would you ever have thought you would have seen Roman Reigns and Dwayne Johnson tagging with Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins, who have publicly stated they are not okay with each other?
Yeah, this is just like a pipe dream right here, seeing this go down. It's one of those matches that you're just like, you never thought of it, right? You never thought of this being a match.
No.
But with the right story, which this is the right story, WWE somehow fumbled the bag to begin with and picked up a bigger bag. I do not understand how they lucked into this, but they did.
Yeah.
And here we are talking about a literal dream tag team match, seeing Roman Reigns and Rock tag together.
Yeah.
It's a literal dream. So if we were to get that sometime, it would be wonderful if it's in Australia. I think it's a little tough to make it happen.
Yeah.
I think Seth Rollins' injury is too tough to overcome.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Roman's working. So that leads us down the path of, are we getting Cody versus Rock in Australia?
Jesus. I didn't even think of that.
They don't have the world titles there.
I didn't even think of that. And with everything you and I talked about the other day about the injuries and going into Chamber being almost a mini WrestleMania, Cody Rock is a huge shout, and I'll take it. I will take it.
Do good business.
That's
right?
that's a WrestleMania main event night 2.
That it is, yes. And so then that makes the story even deeper.
Yeah.
Like, does Cody go over Rock? Does Roman interject himself in that match somehow? And does Roman maybe lead down like a dirty finish, or maybe not even a finish at all? Does this set up a triple threat at Mania?
Here's my biggest thing with that is the whole situation, the whole press conference and all of this literally led to Roman almost looking like the little Goose.
Yeah, dude, little brother.
And I didn't like it. You are talking about the tribal chief. You're talking about the head of the table. And even at the start of it, Rock acknowledged Roman as the head of the table, but then made him sound like made him look like he was part of the kids' table.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I did not like that. Because of everything that Roman has achieved and accomplished, I did not like that. Even with Roman having the undisputed WWE Championship, it almost felt like Rock was bigger than it all.
See, here's the thing. I think that was intentional.
Okay.
I think the goal here is to make Rock feel like he is the legend. Okay, in all of this, right? He is the legend. And sometimes when you have legends come back, they're a shell of their former self.
Mm-hmm.
I think they are trying to justify Rock being like the biggest star in WWE by presenting him in the biggest way they possibly
By
can.
proxy, what you're saying.
By proxy, yeah. And eventually, whoever gets that match against Rock, maybe Cody, will have a bigger rub as a result.
Okay. No, and I like that. But it just felt... Listen, this whole press conference, like I had people in my chat saying, oh, this is starting off slow and tired and all that kind of stuff. And then it just opened. The floodgates opened. Like the Cody Rhodes coming out, no music. All
not what I expected.
This is bullshit. That's all I heard. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No whoa. No drums, no nothing.
He's just right out there. This is bullshit.
So there, oh God, what are we actually witnessing right now? Like
history is what we're witnessing. One of the greatest stories I think WWE is going to tell when you look from their entire history of this business. This is going to be one of their golden stories. Yeah. They have somehow stumbled into this and made it something so special. Now, I want to say right here, right now, on the surface, this makes no fucking sense with everything that has happened beforehand. None at all. However, as wrestling fans, we can all agree that when we force WWE to change their plans,
yes,
we have to go with whatever plans they change to. You can't then just get this and say, well, then that doesn't make sense because we are the ones who is making them pivot from the story they were telling, right? Yeah. They were full on going to tell Roman versus Rock one-on-one this year at Mania. And then now they've got Cody kind of in the play and they're just figuring out, do we do Cody Roman? Do we do Cody Rock Roman?
Yeah.
How do we get there, right?
Yeah.
So that's where we're at.
Can we go, do you have the video of Rock confronting Cody? With what he said. Now, first off, the one thing I want to talk about here, and I don't disagree, by the way, with anything that you just said. I think it was pinpointed perfect, where we have demanded something different and we're getting it. Okay, so
I'm gonna pull these up right here. These are a few videos.
The second one over. The second one over.
Let's start here.
In the main event,
big screen.
I choose you, Roman Reigns.
Fucking crazy. Insane.
Crazy.
See, I love how Seth is selling it still in the background.
Yep, same.
In the main
so that was that one.
Now, is this the?
We have a problem.
No. Can you get the full one?
It's the slap, right?
Yeah. Can you?
Yeah.
Can you go back? There was one further up on your feed. Go up. Keep going. Right there. That's the one. Wrestle Ops.
The
yeah.
Slap?
Yeah.
Yeah, we just played that.
Oh, is that okay? It was a little clearer.
Slap. Yeah. But we'll watch it again. They have a problem. And boom. Do you think so legit? Do you think that the slap was planned?
Yeah. You actually, if you actually go and watch that again and you make a big screen, you watch around 3 seconds in, you watch Cody's jaw tense. You can actually see.
Good shout. Yeah, good shout. You're right. Yeah.
I didn't see it. I thought it was a shoot at first. By the way, you've got it perfect here. Look at Paul Heyman.
Oh, yeah.
Look at Paul Heyman selling this. Paul Heyman working. All right. But
you know what? Also, nice little touch right here having they had all the GMs and of course Triple H out there as well.
Loved it. Loved all of that. Nick Aldis, if you float back a few frames, you can actually see Nick Aldis watch his fists. If you go back about another 2.5 seconds, he goes from soft-handed, look at his right hand, and he starts to clinch because he knows what's about to happen. Right there.
And then it's on.
I
like that Seth. Yo, I didn't
right in there. Seth right in there.
Right here at the end. Right
if you go
in
to
it,
if you go
stepping
to
Rock.
if you go
Dude.
to Denise Salsado, go
Okay.
pull up Denise Salsado. She's got 7.5 minutes. Go to about the 5.5 minute mark. She's got from the crowd, and Seth actually bumps Rock. Is that
the one?
Is it about 7 minutes? Yeah, that's the one. So
So we need to see when.
here you go. Watch.
Right here.
Seth
Okay.
actually bumps Rock, and they go like actually a full blow to Rock's chest, and Rock actually throws off Seth. Watch this.
All right, let's watch this. So we're watching Seth.
When you're talking about his blood, you're talking about my blood. So now
We have a problem.
we have a problem.
Watch.
Yo. Right in there.
Insane. And also, Seth does say later on, I don't give a fuck, you're part of the board.
Wow.
Literally,
Like that-
as he's walking out, he goes, I don't give a fuck, you're part of the board.
You're right. Yeah, right here towards the end when he was saying that right in their face. I don't give a fuck if you're a part of the board. Nice. That made Seth feel like a bigger star.
Absolutely.
Dude, are we also teasing Seth versus Rock?
I don't think so. I don't think Rock has that many matches in him. I think
So can I ask why he would say, Rocky, we'd love to have you, but we don't need you?
because of the position. And I also think I don't want to bring this up, and we're not going to go into this. I do think a lot of this is a shadow for the current situation in WWE. So I think The Rock being involved is taking away from the negativity.
Mm-hmm.
So I do think they're just trying to draw a bunch of different stories that could potentially happen. I don't think The Rock has the gas for Rock Cody, Rock Roman, Rock Seth.
Wow, we got a massive raid right here. Santi Zap, welcome on
What up,
over.
buddy?
627 in here. Welcome, everybody. We are just talking about the press conference right here and everything that went down. I'm sure all of you guys were blown away with it. Teshk right here, myself as Con Man. Good to see all of you guys. Let us know your thoughts as we are discussing this. We are just chatting about Seth Rollins looking like a much bigger star.
Absolutely.
In comparison, because like it was insane. He comes on in and yeah, it didn't feel like it was about Seth Rollins.
No.
But as we leave, here we are. We're talking about a potential tag team match between Rock and Roman versus Seth and Cody.
Yeah.
And Tesh, where do you think that this could also go? Where
Can we play that back one more time for the people that just got in here? Because it is massive. A lot of people might have missed it. This is courtesy of Denise Salsado. But this was right after the slap. What we didn't catch on camera was the fact that Seth Rollins actually made contact with The Rock. So there is so much on this. One more time.
You're talking about my blood. So now we have a problem.
And Seth's in there quick too.
Yeah.
Like, Seth is in there. Like, he's ready to go. I don't care how injured he is. But this is just showing that there is so many opportunities. Like, I almost want Seth versus Rock for the world title.
Dude, well, I mean, like here we are. So, like, we're gonna bring this back just a little bit as well. So, just so that we can fill everybody in from Santi's stream, what our thought process is here. I'm thinking there's a possibility.
Con, run it back one more time. I had the screens the wrong way. I apologize, dude.
Here we go.
Sorry, one more time. One more time.
We'll get back to that in just
And
a
as
second.
you keep going, you talk about it the same way.
If it'll load on in.
It will.
Let's do a quick little refresh right there.
There you go.
But welcome, everybody. Good to see you. Once again, I'm Khan. That's Teshk. I'm sure you guys are familiar with Teshk, but if you don't know me, I'm Khan.
Dude, you're the one with 500 people in your stream right now.
My ancestors.
Yeah, here we go.
So this is just crazy, man.
His blood. You're talking about my blood.
My blood.
So now we have a problem.
By the way, the slap is so clean. Jesus. But the contact.
I mean, it's electric.
That contact from Seth, which we didn't get on the television, it tells another story right there.
And like we said this, Seth Rollins looks like a bigger star as a result.
Absolutely.
And then we could be looking at, I don't know if we're going to get it, but Seth versus Rock at Elimination, or sorry, wow, I messed that up.
No, you
Not
didn't.
Seth
No, you
versus Rock,
didn't.
Cody versus Rock.
Cody versus
Regardless,
Rock.
we could get Seth versus Rock.
Cody versus Rock at Elimination Chamber. We could also get Cody Rock night 1 or Seth Rock night 1.
Say that again, sorry, you were cutting out.
I said we could get Cody versus Rock at Elimination Chamber,
We could.
but we could also get Seth versus Rock night 1.
Yeah, I mean, and that all depends on how Seth's injury is and how he's coming back with it, right? But there is so many matches now, and like again, everybody coming on over, it's great to have you. I'm clueless.
Yeah.
I'm actually clueless about what WrestleMania is going to look like. Bobby, good to see you. I don't know what to expect. If you asked me today, I still think we might get a triple threat. There's a legitimate possibility it's Rock, Roman, Cody. But after the tag tease, I feel like we could be doing a longer story here.
Yeah.
That it's Rock and Roman at 41, and they might have a tag match along the way, and we might do a whole year build for that head of the table matchup. They had the
Mania.
graphics,
Yeah.
right, and those graphics made it feel like there's a lot more story to be told than we can tell in just 2 months.
The fact that it kept changing too, like throughout the entire night, it was amazing. 41 in potentially Minnesota, from where it's being teased, I think is a great thing for any wrestling fan. But I just want to say, like, we go back to this entire thing, and I mentioned it when we first started talking, is did we get a tease of what Netflix is going to look like?
Yeah, I think so. I think you were spot on with that call there. When we saw that go down, I wasn't certain that we would see like a move to 18 or anything like that, but 14A sounds very possible. And hearing The Rock swear like that, the sense of realism that anything could happen, like just that vibe. I know they blanked out a lot of words, right? They censored a lot of stuff.
Of course they did.
You know, it had that, oh my God, this feels real. You know, they feel legitimately pissed off. They have to blank out these words here. I thought, yeah, to answer your question, I think
how legitimate was this to potentially the Attitude Era? I know you weren't an Attitude.
I didn't get to live through it. Yeah.
You didn't get to live through it, but from what you experienced, and maybe for people that are in the chat, but how close was this to what you observed as Attitude Era-esque? Because for me, this was as on par as you could get tonight.
I'm not going to even compare it to Attitude Era. Let me say this much. It's the realest wrestling has felt to me in the history of watching. There's times that I have questioned, like, oh my God, was that real or was that, planned? And then it comes out 20 minutes later, what actually happened, and the magic is gone. I'm still left here today wondering what's next. I'm going to tune in tomorrow night for sure on Friday Night SmackDown, not just because I'm a creator, but I am going to be tuning in because I want to know what's going on.
Yep.
And I feel like I have to tune in to find out what's going to go on. For me, this last year and a half, maybe 2 years, is the best wrestling has ever felt for me. I'm a bigger fan now than I think I've ever been.
Yeah.
And that's wild to say. I've been watching since 2005, right? Like I've been watching for years and years, and this is the best time that I've ever been as a fan. So yeah, for me, this is as real as it gets. This is as best as it's gotten, and I'm excited to see what's next.
Yeah, and it's crazy. Like, I'll say it on my end, and we'll wrap it up here because I know you have a very busy night, but I'm going to wrap it up here. I have been a professional wrestling fan for nearly 33 years. I've been watching wrestling since I was born, but memory-wise, 33 years I've been watching professional wrestling. And all I will say is tonight reinvigorized the child in me from 1996, 1997. And all I want to say is thank you, Papa H. Please keep cooking.
Yeah.
And make this as real as it can, because I watched the Chris Van Vliet interview earlier about how I can't remember the other really big name podcaster.
You liked wrestling.
Yeah, still do.
Dude, you know that fake, right?
Everybody knows that's
so
fake,
I
Brad.
don't get it then.
But that's like saying, do you like movies? Well, you know
movies.
You know they're fake though, right?
I know, but they're entertaining in their movies and they're acting real. Like it's a movie.
Yeah.
These guys are running around a stage acting like they're kicking each other's asses when they're not. When you already know the Undertaker's going to take out freaking Triple R or whatever his name is.
H.
Yeah,
Come
Triple
on.
H. You already know it going into it.
But that would be like saying you're going into a movie knowing that Tom Cruise isn't actually Maverick.
No, it isn't. It isn't the same at all.
Why isn't it the same? It's not real.
Do you know who's going to win when you're...
The audience doesn't know.
So do you?
No, I don't know.
Well, you're in the audience, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
You know, like that's like when you go to see any film, you don't know which characters are going to die or fall in love or whatever. You're in it for the ride.
Chris has it on his Twitter right now, where he called him out about wrestling being fake.
Oh yeah, that guy. Yeah.
I cannot remember the guy's name, but tonight was one of those nights where you sit there and be like, ha, Chris Van Vliet was right.
Mm-hmm.
And I loved every fucking second of it. Guys, thank you so much for being part of this Straight Shoot State of the Union. Santi, thank you so much for rating Con Man and sharing your community with us. Con, where can people find you?
People, you guys can find me at Conman167 wherever you are on social media. I'm pretty much everywhere these days. And MrTeshk, where can they find you?
Guys, all the socials will be down below. Thank you so much for showing so much love. We are in an era of professional wrestling that we will talk about for decades to come. Thank you so much. I cannot wait to share the next year.
Dude, it's WrestleMania season. It feels like Christmas.
We on the road to WrestleMania. I fucking love you guys. And like always, be good people.